Hey everyone, it's John, your friendly neighborhood foodie A1C. I hope everybody's doing good. Just a quick video tonight, guys. Something very simple, but definitely very, or at least I'm going to make it very flavorful. I'm talking about steak. So, since it's winter time, it's kind of hard for us here, especially us in the Northeast. It's kind of cold outside, so not too many people are barbecuing or grilling outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a pan-seared steak just on the stove, but we're going to be using a cast iron skillet. So why don't we get going, and I want to show you how simple this is. So here we have our steaks for this evening. There are 2 pieces of New York strip steaks. It's a little thicker than normal, what you would get at your grocery stores. I usually go for a medium rare steak, more towards the rare side. So this is perfect since I know I'm not going to overcook it. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a very, very simple process. All I need is some salt and pepper to season our steak. So, let's get liberal with our salt over here. And black pepper. Do the same thing on the other side. And also the side, you can pick up the ones that fell on the board. See that? Oh my god, right? Don't put anything, don't waste your seasoning. Salt here. A lot of people like to rub this in. Gonna pat it in. Again, don't forget to pick up the stragglers on the board. Oh, look at that. There it is. So as I mentioned, we will be using a cast iron pan. Be careful when you're using such a pan because this whole thing gets hot. So make sure you are careful. It's smoking because I actually seasoned this, and you should season your cast iron pans so it doesn't rust, it doesn't, so food, that when you cook food here, it doesn't stick. So I think we have it at the right temperature. We're ready to put our steaks in. A good practice is when you're putting the steak, you lay it down away from you, so the splash of the oil goes that way and you don't splash yourself with hot oil. We're putting this in here. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more oil to this pan. And what we want, or at least what I want, is a medium rare steak. So I'm going to give this a good sear on each side for about a minute. Flip it, give it another sear, and continue that process until I'm satisfied with the doneness of the meat. A technique used by a lot of chefs is by checking their hands, right? Like this soft part, if you press on this, would be rare. This part of your hand is medium rare, and this part, which is harder on this side by the wrist, is well done. Or you can even go medium well and then well done. So to add a little more flavor to this steak, I'm going to be adding butter. I have, I cut up a couple of pieces of butter and just let it melt. There it is. So I think at this point we're ready to flip our steak. There it is, we're coming along. To take it up another notch, we're going to be adding some garlic. All you need to do is crush a garlic clove or two, however much you want. Just gonna cut up a few pieces right here, like that. I think that's enough. Now let's go ahead and throw our garlic into the mixture as well. You can also add some other herbs to this, like thyme. A lot of steakhouses do that. So we can start basting the steak. All right, let's get some basting going. So you can move the steak a little bit here. Just grab some liquid. Oh, I can smell the garlic. Just baste the meat. Like this. I'm gonna go get ready to, or I'm just about ready to flip this again. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Beautiful color. Let's go ahead and baste that side as well. Okay, since that side seems to be looking good, and the steak is very, very thick, I'm going to try to sear the sides. I believe it'll stand up on its own. There you go. Now why did I do that? That basically helps sear the entire steak. So you want all the juices in there. You don't want anything escaping, or at least, keep most of the juices that are cooking inside the meat. Oh, look at this garlic. Oh, look at that. I'm going to attempt to baste this as well. Oh, now let's try to sear the other side. Standing up. Oh my gosh, look at that color. That's what you want. Okay, I think we're ready for our last flip. On this side. That side. So guys, I think we're there. I think we're done. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this stove. We are going to grab our steak. Put it on the board for now. we go. We got our thing off. We have our steak. Ooh. Put on our board. So one of the important things about cooking a steak is not tearing into the steak right away after you cook it. You need to let it rest for about around between 5 and 8 minutes. The reason for that is the juices are going to explode out of the meat once you cut it. So what you want is the juices inside the meat to redistribute itself throughout the meat. Otherwise you're going to get dry pieces here and there, and you don't want that. Okay, I think we're ready to slice. The meat is very well rested. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl right about here. Oh my gosh, I'm not even, and I'm not joking guys, I'm not even giving this a hard, like I'm not even pushing down on the knife. I'm just letting the knife do the work. There it is. Oh my gosh. Perfect mid-rare. Towards the rare side, which is what I love. So let's give it a try. Here's another one. Honestly, one of the best steaks I've ever done. Truly amazing. So guys, thank you for joining me on this short steak video. I hope you guys learned something about cooking steak indoors. It's not that hard, right? Definitely add the herbs if you have them, but definitely garlic. Don't skip the garlic, and don't skip, you know, be generous with your salt and pepper. Yeah. So guys, thank you again for joining me. This is Foodie A1C. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.